Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Muriel Bowser. I am the mayor of Washington, D.C. Welcome to Nationals Park here in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, and home to this year's MLB All-Star Game. I am pleased to be joined by members of my team to provide an update to D.C. residents and visitors and all attendees of the All-Star Game about how our city is preparing for a wonderful time over the next several days. Let me announce a few people who you will hear from as well. The Chief of Police of the Metropolitan Police Department, Peter Newsham, the Director of the D.C. Department of Transportation, Jeff Meridian. We're also joined by Frank Gambino, who is Senior Vice President of Operations for our team, the Washington Nationals, and Marla Miller, who is Senior Vice President of Special Events for Major League Baseball. Let's give them all a hand. I should remind everybody that we have had a very big week in sports in Washington, D.C., and indeed a great month. We just yesterday cut the ribbon on the fantastic new Audi Field, which is home to our soccer team. We want to congratulate all of the members of the D.C. United as we get ready for their first game at Audi Field this Saturday. We were also, of course, very proud to celebrate our hockey team in celebrating the Caps bringing home the Stanley Cup to Washington, D.C. And now this week, we are preparing for the 89th MLB All-Star Game. Our goal is, of course, with all big events, which were old-handed big events, to make sure that we ensure the safety of all residents and visitors, to make sure that all activities that take place as planned, that everybody can move in and around the city at the same time. As the nation's capital, we are used to supporting large events like this one. We do it whether we're welcoming the Pope or having the inauguration of a president or inviting 1 million women to our city. We want to make sure that everybody enjoys themselves, exercises their rights, and gets home safely. We have set up a place for you to find any and all information related to the city's preparations. You may go to sportscapital.dc.gov, sportscapital.dc.gov. You may also text DC Sports to 888-777 to receive updates and alerts. So I want to now invite our Chief of Police to come up, followed by our Director of Transportation, who will talk more about closures related to All-Star festivities. Chief.
All right. Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Mayor Bowser. I also want to thank Major League Baseball and our hometown Washington Nationals for hosting this year's All-Star Week. I also want to take a moment to thank all of our partners who have worked so hard with us over the past several months to ensure that we have a plan to ensure we have a safe and successful 89th Major League Baseball All-Star Week. I can't think of a better city to host one of baseball's most treasured games than our city, Washington, D.C. Coming off of our first Stanley Cup in Capitals franchise history, Washington, D.C. has proven that we can execute a safe, fun, high-profile sporting event for a national audience. I do not anticipate anything different here. At this time, there are no credible threats to the nation's capital during All-Star Week, where events will begin on Friday, and they'll culminate with the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game on July 16th and 17th. We hope to see families from across our region attending any one of the activities, as there will be something to do for people of all ages. We are urging residents and visitors alike to plan ahead, be patient, anticipate longer travel times, and as always, be courteous to one another and to your law enforcement officers. The area around the baseball stadium will obviously be impacted, but everyone should also be aware that there are a number of road closures in place on separate days and various locations across the district. As the mayor has already mentioned, please visit sportscapital.dc.gov for specifics We want you to visit that site before you travel, so you have a plan in place. This site will include road closures, transit options, and a full schedule of the events during All-Star Week. As a reminder, carrying open containers of alcohol in the District of Columbia is prohibited. MPD will have both uniformed and non-uniformed officers working all of the events. So just because you don't see an officer doesn't mean an officer isn't present. While we encourage everyone to enjoy any or all of the Major League Baseball events, we would like to remind everyone to use safety precautions, common sense, and good judgment. If you are going to purchase tickets for any of the events, please do so from a trusted source. And just as you hear from law enforcement all the time, if you see something suspicious, please tell a law enforcement officer, or in other words, if you see something, say something. I'm now going to invite Jeff Meridian, our Director of the Department of Transportation, to the stand to talk about transportation around the city during All-Star Week. Jeff.
Great. Thank you, Chief Newsham. Thank you, Mayor Bowser. Our team at DDOT has been mobilizing across our agency to support all of the events of the next week and working very hard to ensure coordination with all of the agencies that are involved, our colleagues at the Metropolitan Police Department, the Department of For-Hire Vehicles, WMATA, our colleagues in Maryland and Virginia's Department of Transportation and their law enforcement agencies. We are preparing for large crowds, for road closures, and for delays, as the chief mentioned. As the mayor said and as the chief reiterated, if you are planning to visit the district, we are excited to have you here, and we encourage you to please utilize public transportation. There are a number of options. All of them are on the website, as has been said, sportscapital.dc.gov. I would also encourage everybody to sign up for text alerts by texting DC Sports to 888-777. To assist motorists, we have identified alternate routes, detours. We also have variable message boards posted throughout the district. If you must drive, as the chief said, please plan ahead and expect delays. The district employs some of the best traffic control officers anywhere, and they will be out in force to ensure the safety of the traveling public and also to assist with our transportation network companies, Lyft, Uber, and Via. We will be setting up designated areas for those companies to operate and for the public to access them. So again, we'll also have Capital Bike Share and bike corrals throughout the area for those members of the public who would like to use bicycles. The best place to find all information about our closures, about transportation options, is to visit the website, sportscapital.dc.gov, or to sign up for text alerts, 888-777, text DC Sports. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to invite up Marla Miller, who is the Senior Vice President for Special Events at Major League Baseball.
Thank you. Move this down a little. Everybody's very tall here in D.C. Thank you, Mayor Bowser, Chief and Director Meridian. On behalf of Commissioner Robert Manfred, the Washington Nationals, and Major League Baseball, we are excited and thrilled to be hosting the 89th All-Star Game here in Nationals Park, as well as a robust schedule of events in and around the nation's capital. There is a full week scheduled of various youth, community, and cultural events that will create a lasting legacy for local projects that benefit as a part of Major League Baseball's All-Star Legacy Initiative. Starting this afternoon, MLB and the Nationals will launch a series of community projects that will leave a legacy for Greater Washington and its citizens long after the last play of the All-Star Game. MLB is dedicating $5 million to this effort, with a significant portion going to projects in this area. Children, families, and active service members will play a crucial role in what everyone will remember about the greatest All-Star Week held in Washington, D.C. All-Star Week is fun for everyone, so we hope that fans will have a chance to have some type of an All-Star experience. Starting on Friday, July 13th, Geico All-Star Fan Fest opens at the Convention Center through Tuesday, July 17th. FanFest is the world's largest baseball theme park, with over 50 baseball attractions, including the world's largest baseball, Legends autograph signings, pitching and caging machines, and new attractions that include an in-game virtual reality experience, a Field of Dreams, the MLB Performance Attraction, and many others. Tickets, if you're interested, are available at allstargame.com. Where we are today will be the center of all-star activity and excitement with the major events happening here at the ballpark. Beginning on Friday, July 13th, with the inaugural Armed Services Classic game presented by T-Mobile, followed by All-Star Sunday, which features both the SiriusXM Futures game and the Legends and Celebrity Softball game, Monday's T-Mobile Home Run Derby, and then, of course, the 89th All-Star Game presented by MasterCard on Tuesday, July 17th. All-Star events here by Yards Park includes Play Ball Park. Play Ball Park is a free, interactive space where kids and families can enjoy a variety of baseball and softball activities. Play Ball Park will open on Friday at 10 a.m., and this, too, will be open through Tuesday, the day of the All-Star Game. Play Ball Park will also host and finish our All-Star Color Run presented by Nike at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning, July 14th. Anyone who wants more information on All-Star events, timings, and tickets can visit allstargame.com. Additional public events hosted around the ballpark include the Capitol Riverfront All-Star Summer Riverfest presented by Coca-Cola. That includes outdoor movies, viewing parties, music, and food. And the Wharf will also be hosting indoor and outdoor events during All-Star Week as well. So, after saying all those different events, in closing, Major League Baseball wants to acknowledge and thank Mayor Bowser and many, many of the city agencies that have been involved the last year in the planning process. And we look forward to the fans having an easy and safe access to this once-in-a-lifetime All-Star experience here in D.C. And thank you all very much.
Okay, we can take a few questions. Yes, ma'am. Please identify yourself.
And Cutler with Fox 5 News. For Judge, actually, will there be any single tracking, or will you be charging for parking at the metro stations over the weekend?
Let me actually invite General Manager Wiedefeld to talk about metro operations.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. No, we've suspended all major maintenance work for the whole weekend, just so there's no issues there.
What about charging for parking on Saturday?
Just our normal, what we normally do on Saturdays and Sundays, so it's nothing out of the ordinary. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Chief, I know you said there are no known threats right now, but can you take us through from a logistical precaution standpoint how this is going to be different from, let's say, a high-profile playoff game for the Nationals?
How it would be different from a high-profile playoff game? Well, we're going to have people coming from all across the country to see the best players in baseball in the world, including, I believe, 3 Nationals, Bryce Harper, Doolittle, and Scherzer. So the only real difference is I think we'll have more visitors for this occasion than we might have for an All-Star game. I think for a playoff game. I think for a playoff game it would be largely people from the city. But we don't have any credible threats right now. Washington, D.C. is one of the cities that's best in the country at planning, preparing, and executing these types of large events. We saw what happened just a few weeks ago with the Capitals when they won the World Championship. So I think it's going to be a fun time.
Yes, ma'am.
Megan Cloherty, WTOP. There's a lot of construction going on down here. I know that's a good thing for the city, but as far as it looks, getting around, are the construction vehicles going to be moved out of the way, or what's the plan there?
Sure. I'm going to ask Director Meridian to come to address that question. But I should also add, and I think you heard from Marla's comments, that Major League Baseball has been working with us. I think we were selected for the game back in 2014, and since then have been involved in a lot of planning efforts with Major League Baseball, including our teams from HSEMA and my office going down to the the last All-Star Game to see how it operated, and to make sure that not only did we operate as good as the last one, but even better. And so our teams have been coordinating very frequently to make sure we are prepared for that. So I'm going to ask Jeff to come up to talk about construction and how construction is impacting everything.
Thank you, Mayor. I think the mayor really said it best. We've been preparing and coordinating very closely with the entire community, the local residential community, the business community, the development community, to minimize the impacts with regard to traffic. The closures have been very carefully planned and detailed, so that all the information that we've got on our website is very clear as to when those closures are in effect, the specific timing, and construction is a part of that. So we just ask folks to take note of all of those things. We've done our best to minimize all of those impacts while allowing all the construction work that you noted to continue to the greatest extent possible.
And some of the activity you see is Major League Baseball loading in. They're building a small little city for the next week around Nationals Park. Anything else? Yes, ma'am. Oh, we're pretty beautiful already. Thank you. Landscaping? We are... I think that we're very proud of how we present to the world, and I think you can see even in parts of the city, like we were in yesterday at Audi Field, that had been industrial, but now have different uses, are showing up very nicely. We're in an area of the city where a lot of the events happen, and that's already served by a bid, that they have even extra clean and safe and beautification efforts and branding efforts, which I know the Capitol Riverfront bid is very proud of. We're also focused on the activities around the convention center to make sure that people know how to get in and out of the convention center. But we pride ourselves in being clean and safe and beautiful for the 700,000 people that live here each and every day. And it's just even better when we have more visitors to come to see a game. Yes.
As far as the cost, I know there was an MLB study that said the economic impact was expected to be about $70 million. Does the cost of what's being spent outweigh that? Can you tell me what the rough estimates might be for transportation, extra staffing, police?
The city made an early commitment, and maybe the city administrator, can you join us for the early commitment we made from a city and in the investment? And the short answer, and the city administrator will give you more specifics, is yes. We think the economic benefits of having this number of visitors and attention on the city and hotel rooms filled and people in restaurants pay off.
Thank you, Mayor. The mayor is absolutely right. I just heard from Gregory McCarthy from the Nationals that hotels are booked solid. Restaurants are booked solid, rather, for next week. Hotels are starting to fill up. We expect to spend about $4.5 million for all of our costs, most of that for overtime and personnel deployments to support the event against a $70 million return. This economic investment or return is much greater than the resources we'll expend to produce this event.
Yes, sir. Any other questions? Before we do that, I just want to make sure I thank again all of so many people have been working hard to get ready for this event from my administration. You heard some questions about clean and safe. Our DPW workers will be out making sure that we maintain the level of service that our residents expect. So thank you, DPW. DCRA, make sure everything is also healthy and safe. So thank you. I want to thank our Department of Health that ensures that all the vending options that are available meet our standards, in addition to making sure that everybody who is out and enjoying the city in the heat and humidity are also doing it in a safe way. I want to thank our Department of Energy and the Environment. We have a very high standard for producing things in a sustainable way, and I want to thank you, DOE. You heard already from our city administrator who's coordinating with all of our agency directors and our budget to make sure that we can make these things happen. Our general manager from the region's metro system, Paul Wiedefeld, is also here and coordinates always with our HSEMA. HSEMA is here. That is the district's Homeland Security Agency, and we thank you, HSEMA, for your help. Our real estate and construction arm at DGS, thank you, DGS, for all your help. Deputy City Administrator, thank you for your help. I also want to acknowledge our 911 call center and fire and emergency service that is part of the critical public safety team that will keep all of our visitors safe. You heard already from the police chief and our DDOT director. So this is the D.C. government team working hand in hand with MLB in our sports capital. And also to the Washington Nationals, our host today. Let's give a hand to the Washington Nationals, who just played a huge role in attracting Major League Baseball to D.C., showing Major League Baseball that we are a baseball city, right, Washington? And again, congratulations to the Nationals players who will represent us. Okay.
Looks like 7 of the council members just introduced legislation to repeal the referendum on Initiative 77. Is that something you would support?
I do not support Initiative 77, so I look forward to seeing the council's deliberations in action. Thank you, everybody.